Born in New York State just before the Civil War, Anna Mary Robertson Moses spent a normal lifespan doing the normal things a farmer's wife does. Then at age 78, too frail to work the farm anymore, she began painting pictures and illustrating Christmas cards. Continuing to paint until she was 101, they called her work American primitive or folk art, and they called her Grandma Moses. We call the person you are about to meet Grandma Millie for the obvious but nonetheless engaging reason that artistic history seems to be repeating itself. She has gotten the jump on Moses age-wise, but otherwise, Grandma Millie's story sounds more than vaguely familiar.
I tried to paint just the traditional way, and it wasn't working. It wasn't even fun. And so one day I decided, you know, go for it. Put something up there and do what you want to do, and don't try to have a shadow here or the light show here, you know, reflection and all that. And it came out the way I paint now, folk art. There's another fence.
A 64-year-old grandmother, Millie Bennett, began to take painting seriously only a few years ago. But like that certain grandma before her, she received almost immediate recognition. An editor of the Encyclopedia Britannica describing her as one of the century's greats in the primitive movement. Using vivid colors, Millie captures the simplicity of turn-of-the-century America by drawing on her own, much more recent past.
Most folk artists paint what they call memory paintings. And a lot of mine are memory. Houses I lived in, good times I had, friends. They give me ideas too. Or I could be just, say at work, and an idea or a mood strikes, and I can't wait to get home, sketch it out, see if it'll make a painting.
Shortly after Millie was born in Monmouth County, New Jersey, her father died. She and her 5 siblings were raised by their mother. And half a century later, that experience would have a profound effect on her work.
After my mother was widowed, we went to live with my grandma and grandpa. And of course, you get to know the old things, the old ways, the Victorian type principles they had, which wasn't bad. You know, we should all have them today. So I thought, well, I love them very much, and they belong in my paintings too. But how can you paint them in there, you know? So I put them in the clouds.
As a tribute, ever since she started painting, Millie has included her mother in each of her works, portraying her as a little red-haired girl.
I thought, now, it's going to be a bad day when I have to paint her for the first time. But I was painting away. I painted her in, and I got up to get a cup of coffee or something, and I stood at the kitchen stove and realized that I'd painted my mom. And it was no shock, you know, it was just, so actually my mom's still here. She's left a lot of pleasant memories, and she lives through my paintings. I told her one day, I said, Mom, you're in everything I do. You're going to be immortal in Washington. What do you think about that? My mom says, well, everything you said to my mother, if she liked it, she'd say, well.
Millie's mother wasn't the only one. In 1985, when she put an oil painting in an Alexandria, Virginia gallery for the first time, it sold before sundown. Before the end of that year, shades of Grandma Moses again, as 2 of Millie's paintings were reproduced on Christmas cards. According to the publisher, they became that season's biggest sellers. For her success, Millie credits her agent. For encouragement, her family.
If you look real closely.
Robert Dickerson came along, and he liked what he saw. Actually, years ago, when I first moved in this little place, I kind of did nothing for a year. And then a sister-in-law of mine wrote and asked if I still painted, you know, such as that was. Would I fill some antique frames for her? So I painted 4 barns and sent them out to her to Ohio. Boss it?
Today, a Millie Bennett original sells on average for $1,000. But like Grandma Moses, she is also making a name for herself with prints. Their price, around $90. Her popularity, she insists, is a sign of the times.
People are decorating their homes country style. Even the architects, and you know, you'll even see some brand new Victorian homes built. People want to get back to simpler things and easier to look at pictures maybe, but not everybody likes folk art. Some of the fine art lovers, you know, wouldn't even give folk art a second look. These, you know, sometimes I feel a little left out that my painting or any folk artist painting is not looked on as real art, you know. I don't know how to paint any other way. Actually, anyone can be a folk artist, you know. Anyone. 4- and 5-year-olds do great folk art. They lift it up. Isn't this great, Mommy? Of course it was great. It was folk art, little folk art.
Millie Bennett still works as a food service employee at the Pentagon, but her success as an artist will enable her to realize that familiar American dream.
When I retire, I'll be able to move to Florida where everybody else is moving there in my family. There's some nice art colonies down there, around Sarasota, Venice. That's what I want to do. But I'll still paint folk art.